Elon Musk is back with another tweet. I'm Juan. I'm going to break down the tweet and just a summary of what's going on with Twitter and Elon. But before we start, I want to make sure you guys know what hip hop is.
Hey, I'm Dina. Look at my feet. My feet are straight ahead. You don't want to do that. You want to turn your feet out. I'm going to do this backwards. And that's what makes it look like hip hop.
All right, enough with the jokes. Let's take a look at Elon's tweets. We know that he voted here for the edit button. Twitter's next board meeting is going to be lit. He talked about most of these top accounts tweet rarely and post very little content. He talked about his offer, taking Twitter private. He made a face because Twitter hired Goldman Sachs to evaluate the company when they already gave it a low evaluation here of $30. And this was his first kind of cryptic tweet where he talked about Love Me Tender, the Elvis Presley song, but he's talking about a tender, like a tender for Twitter to accept the bid. And most recently, blank is the night. This is cryptic. So this was my reply to the tweet. Tender is the night. So the assumption is that another tender reference. And Tender is the Night is a book written by F. Scott Fitzgerald. F. Scott Fitzgerald was a famous writer, most famously known for The Great Gatsby, and he died in like the 40s. But that's the assumption. Tender is the Night is referring to, again, Tender. So Elon has over 82 million followers on Twitter. He's trying to use his influence to make this deal, offered a $43 billion takeover. They're going to either accept or reject it. But on Friday, they set up a defense known as the poison pill. What is this term poison pill? It's basically a defense strategy. It's used by firms to avoid like a hostile takeover. And this tactic has been around since the 1980s. And actually, this law firm here, they're the ones that devised it. And they named it poison pill after a pill that a spy takes when he doesn't want to give up information. So he basically kills himself. And it's the same theory. Basically, the company is hurting shareholders by diluting shares, but avoiding a hostile takeover. This strategy gives shareholders a right to purchase additional shares at a discount, effectively diluting the ownership interest of a new hostile party. And they usually come in two forms of what they call flip-in and flip-over strategy. When a company becomes the target of the hostile takeover, at times may use this to make themselves less attractive. But there are some disadvantages, of course. Stock value becomes diluted, so shareholders often have to purchase new shares just to keep even. Institutional investors are discouraged from buying into corporations that have heavy, aggressive defenses. Ineffective managers, which Twitter has, can stay in place through a poison pill. This is not the first time that this tactic has been done. In 2018, Papa John's established a poison pill to avoid the CEO, who then had 30% of the company, from purchasing more shares. Also, Netflix adopts poison pill to fend off Icon. What is this tender exactly that Elon Musk is alluding to here in this tweet? Tender is an offer or an invitation to bid for a project or accept a formal offer, such as a takeover bid, which is Twitter. He made his takeover bid, offered a very generous amount, especially for Twitter that's not producing any to produce profit. This is the book here, Tender is the Night, which I'm assuming he's referring to. So there are a few things that can happen. Either someone else purchase it, they entertain some other offers. There's been some rumors of other companies making bids, or he can team up and make another offer and raise some more money. There's been some rumors that co-founder of Oracle, Larry Ellison, and private equity firm Thomas Bravo would join Musk and raise up to $50 billion. Because in order for this to go through, Elon has to show how exactly he plans to finance the takeover. Or he may launch a proxy contest to try to replace members of Twitter's board in response to the poison pill plan. He says that there's a plan B. So is the plan B him partnering up with someone else, or going directly to the shareholders and making an offer to the shareholders? That's kind of the whole reason for the poison pill, and it would be extremely expensive. So some people question, is he going to take a loan out against his stocks, and will he be able to convince a bank to cooperate in him trying to purchase Twitter? This is not the first time companies have been interested in Twitter. There's been Disney, Salesforce, and other companies that have been interested in purchasing Twitter. In the past, Elon did partner up with private equity firm Silver Lake to try to make Tesla private, which they failed, but maybe they can partner up again and try to purchase Twitter, or he can just call it quits, make his attempt, sell his shares for profit. His shares are worth quite a bit right now, but I don't think Elon is going to quit because he's already made it clear in Vancouver in a conference that he does have a plan B. And we have to see what that plan B is. Twitter has struggled to grow in comparison to Facebook and TikTok. Twitter has an estimated 217 million monthly active users compared to Facebook's 2.9 billion and TikTok's 1 billion. So Twitter has struggled to grow its advertising sales and consistently churn profit. The board has a fiduciary duty to do what's best for the shareholders. So if this is what's best for the shareholders and they reject it, then this can cause some trouble for the board. We're here to watch what's going to happen. We're going to see if Elon is going to get Twitter. It's exciting to see. I really think he's going to partner up with someone, and I think that's what the plan B is. Let's see if Elon partners up with someone or if he just calls it quit, which would send Twitter crashing hard like Netflix recently did. I don't think he's going to call it quits. He has 9%. I think he may partner up with someone, put more pressure on the board members. We're going to have to tune in and find out. I'm sure as soon as there's some news, Elon's going to tweet it. And thank you for watching. See you in the next video.